Welcome back, baby faces. Victor Villain here. Let's see who's making their way to the red.
Mischief, you heard? JP Savage.
Pretty chubby flaco, dímelo mi gente.
Old school. Elite Steve.
So we got a lot to get into today.
Do we?
Nah, not at all, actually.
My brothers, take a look around.
What's around?
This is what 1 year
All I
looks
see
like.
is a bunch of fucking fails around me.
Wow.
But I love you all, though.
Speak for yourself.
I have feelings.
Well,
How does it feel?
it feels like you forgot how to open the show.
Yeah.
After a year. Motherfucker, we just gotta skip over the fact that we've been doing this for 52 weeks.
I thought you were
We can't
tired,
get this shit
motherfucker.
right.
Damn.
Not one time.
I turn on when the camera's on.
Not one nice thing.
This is
Not
why
one
we
nice
can't
thing.
have nice things, because we start our 1 year anniversary like a bunch of fucking dopes.
You know what the problem was?
It's actually
Oh.
subliminal promotion for our No Nice Things Tailgate.
Yo, you know what, Joe? That's fucking beautiful.
And
I'm
you know
glad
what else?
you brought that
But
up.
you know what else? He wasn't supposed to fucking tell him that.
Oh, well, No Nice Things Tailgate, April 7th.
1 p.m. See us at MetLife.
I know what I'm going to be inside.
Wow.
What are you gonna be?
Whoa.
A canopy.
Yeah,
Well,
that too.
Canopy tents?
You know what else is gonna be inside you?
Can I pee in him?
Here we go. Here we go.
What?
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 Huh?
Who said what?
Let's leave R. Kelly to the.
Whoa. What we're gonna do, you know who's gonna be
I'm
inside
fighting
you?
for my fucking life here.
White Lightning.
Little Scott Steiner.
2 + 2.
If you take our 33 1/3 chance of getting into WrestleMania, and you divide that by Kurt Angle's
Shut up.
33.
Man.
Yo, fellas,
Jordan Grace.
fucking 52 weeks.
52 weeks of hard work, man.
52
I want to
weeks.
think.
Well, I
want to
wasn't
think.
here for all 52.
Well, minus 3 or 4. Give it
Listen,
Minus
man,
3 or 4? What
listen,
you mean?
Listen, technically,
Minus like
if
15.
you go back into the archives, the only one that was here for
Don't know
episode 1 just grabbed the White Lightning. So,
Is that true?
Well, we got two. We got two
got
OGs,
two.
and but
episode 1?
episode 1, baby.
I'm talking about
And-
the prequel.
Well,
Prequel to the
What?
prequel, the sequel
one-
on it.
the one
Show
he
you
was
all
up
up on
I'll
that.
show
The
you
one he
some.
was
Not-
dreaming about.
not for nothing, but we did lose one to a tragic boating accident, and he drowned.
Oh,
Tragic,
man.
tragic
So-
drowning.
What
Shout out to
happens when
those
you
who
drown?
drowned.
I thought
Shout out to
I
Jay
thought
the
he's still at the
Jobber.
ball pit in Chuck E.
That's what
Cheese.
happens when you
But
drop.
real talk, thank you to for all the hard work, each and every single day from each and every one of us. On behalf of HPC podcast, we're gonna keep rocking all the way to WrestleMania and all the way to the No Nice Things Tailgate.
One more time.
April 7th.
One more
April
again,
7th,
one more
baby.
again.
Oh, and also, we're not stopping here. This is.
La parada?
Woo, we got a lot.
Próxima.
La
We got a
próxima.
lot to
Oh.
go.
Wow, yeah, because we're going to follow up White Lightning with Chivas Regal.
Oh fuck.
Shivers.
William Regal right here.
It's my
He's a man-
chaser.
Oh,
All I'ma say
It's
is
my chaser.
happy 1 year to our HPC podcast, and we may not be old enough to drink, but I'm old enough to fuck yo bitch.
Whoa, wait a
That's a
minute.
lot.
You see?
That's a
No Nice
lot.
Things Tailgate, April 7th. You're going to get a whole lot of this and more.
What-
We're cosplaying, right?
I
Like,
hope-
we're
Where'd
doing
you get that dirty mouth, though?
Yeah.
Damn.
We're-
I can't tie my shoe, but I could.
Hey.
Fuck yo, bitch.
Oh,
Yo,
my.
we're all dressing up? Is that what's happening right
Nah.
now?
So we got plans.
I
We're
always
gonna,
dress up.
we're gonna do a little cosplay. Don't give away too much,
Nah,
man,
nah,
because you
just
know
a
we got some
cosplay.
special things going on. If you,
You
know
know,
what I mean.
if you want to know what the cosplay for everybody is, you know where you got to go?
Where?
No Nice Things Tailgate, right?
Hey,
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 that's
Poppy.
Yo, that's
April
some good
7th.
marketing. Yo, we got a
shameless
team.
self promotion.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have nice things.
But guys, you know we got some good lineups
They
for
don't know
today.
that, actually.
We do though. We got some Raw recaps, an eventful SmackDown Live, and a very interesting topic.
JoJo is pregnant.
Oh, but before we get into
Oh,
that,
damn.
we also gotta let them know though.
But Bray already got into that. So
Yeah.
Hey,
Premature
Apparently.
ejaculation
Which
is
means,
cover it the fuck right
which means, never stop shooting your shot.
never stop.
Never stop shooting your load.
That too, but
Oh.
like
All of the above, and there's
I mean,
disclaimers on all that shit.
JoJo
first
and
of all.
then like Bray, like
And
yo,
that
bro.
If you believe in
Yeah.
yourself, something happens with Bo down.
Yo,
something.
2018,
And-
2019, the year of the ugly motherfuckers. So shout out to all you ugly motherfuckers getting some beautiful women
And
out there.
since we're on the
Time!
topic, since we're on the topic of believing in ourselves,
We don't all believe in ourselves.
I mean, I don't
Sometimes.
believe in any of y'all.
Sometimes.
So if that makes you feel any better.
How about this main event for WrestleMania?
I don't believe
The
in that
Spain event.
Triple threat match.
The man event.
The man
I'm-
event.
I refuse to talk about it until we talk about SmackDown. How about that?
Wow.
So before we get to all of that, we gotta hit him with some news.
Fuck you.
What happened?
So we turned
What's
the
going on
year
this week?
today.
As if you haven't heard
we
that
can't
yet.
open the show. Fucking.
52 weeks,
man.
365 days.
I was waiting for the close on that. I was waiting for the.
I heard the honk. I heard the honk.
I had the
I
parado.
was like,
Hey,
That was the wrap it up button.
hey, wrap it up.
You know he's from Bergen Line, right? Like he had the honk and he was like,
La parada.
Guys, I promise, year 2 we're gonna be so much better.
Oh,
Oh,
you
man.
wait and see.
we can only go up from here.
That's
Oh,
right.
If you
God.
need to figure out how many days, ask Big Papa Pump.
Or we could ask Rob Gronkowski.
Oh,
What about him?
What's
What
up
about
with
him?
Well,
Tell
turns
me.
out it looks like he's free to wrestle if he chooses.
He just retired from
Yep.
NFL, right?
Freshly
Good. Fuck him. As a
retired.
Jets fan, I can't stand him.
Yeah, but
As
as
a
a
Giants
W-
fan, I could care less because we beat him twice.
but how about as a wrestling fan?
I can't
Even
stand him.
less. Damn.
Now, I think it'll be funny, actually. I think he'd be a really good.
He'd be a lot more entertaining than Mojo Rawley, I'll tell you
Hype
that.
Bros Part 2.
Well, wouldn't that be something now?
Hyper
Hype
Bros.
Is that what they were called? Hyper Bros?
Hype Bros.
Don't
No,
give
but
a shit
they'll
either
be
way.
they'll be hyper.
Oh, man.
Wouldn't it be something that Rob Gronkowski becomes a wrestler and is more successful than
Moho?
Moho?
But that's a fact.
Mojo Rawley?
Just the name alone, he would.
Yeah.
Right? Just
Yeah.
the name alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like the Brock
The
Lesnar.
question is, does
Bad.
he come out this WrestleMania?
Ooh.
So there's a lot of rumors going on.
He's already taking
Speaking
bumps.
about Mahomes,
So you're saying he's like the 2020 Mongo?
Guys, yeah.
Speaking of Mahong, what?
speaking about Mahomes,
yeah,
He's already taking
go?
bumps. He's already taking
Is he?
bumps in
Who
the
you-
WrestleMania.
Oh, right.
In the
You're
previous
right. Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, yeah.
So now that he's retired,
There's
Jin-
rumors, a lot of rumors, not just him. There's other people.
Jinder Mahal shot his shot
He
and is
shot his
already
shot.
challenging him for
No
Mania
doubt,
next
no
year.
doubt.
he posted on our social media, but also Leo Rush was talking mad caca.
Los mojones están hablando juntos.
So-
Mahone, flush that shit,
That shit.
They should have wiped, folks.
baby
Yo,
wipes.
how about McGregor? Yo, they talking about McGregor too, yo.
Fuck that goofy
How about
motherfucker.
Cyborg, yo? What's Cyborg doing trying to get
Maybe
attention? Is she
205?
just showing love or she wanting to get down?
No, Chris Cyborg
Taking
has
jabs
been.
at fucking
I don't think she wants to get
Ronda.
down. I think
She's
she
trying-
wants to put Ronda down.
Yeah, she's been trolling
Man,
Ronda.
never forget, people trying to get paid, bro.
Everybody want the dollar, man.
Everybody the dollar the
Everybody want
easiest
the
way possible.
Ronda did it. They said, hey, I could do it too.
I just figured Cyborg was on the juice, so she figured she'd fit in.
All right.
Facts.
How about Mustafa Ali getting a name change?
Oh, you
this
mean
week,
Ali?
guys?
Ali.
I
You mean like
personally
black?
don't mind it.
They did it to Cien Almas.
You mean like black?
No, but in this situation, I don't mind it at all. Like,
No, it's not Alistair Black no more. It's just black.
He's black.
It's not Ricochet no more. It's Recoil.
well,
Shit.
Ricola.
You just
we
check.
can go back a few months when Big E said when they changed Aleister Black's name, you know, he's always known him as Black. So
No, but they haven't
Negro.
done that name change yet, right?
no,
No, not Alistair
Oh,
Black,
okay.
but you
All
know.
they did tonight when the WWE
He'll always be Black
reported
to us.
that they beat the Forgotten Bros to face
The Forgotten Bros, is that their name?
The Forgotten Sons.
the Forgotten Sons.
Oh,
Asshole.
That's
You
when
right.
that's when they pick up Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
They're the Forgotten Bros.
Bruh.
Bro.
So they beat them. They said Black and Ricochet beat the Forgotten Sons.
Anda el diablo.
it's already
Can we
happening,
let
folks.
this go?
Apparently, Vince McMahon is against multiple syllables.
Jesus Christ, man. That shit makes no sense. Like, do we have to fucking take away people's names?
Nah, I think we remember just fine.
Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage,
Ric
Brutus
Flair.
Beefcake. All right, not a John Cena. Whoever you want, pick a fucking name.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Shawn Michaels.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
That's 3 names.
yeah, that's why he's
That's why it's Triple H.
now.
But the point is, right? Like, we've done it before, and it's fucking very successful. Why do you think that it needs to
Ladies
happen?
and gentlemen, if you are over, you can have many names. All right, if you are over.
I honestly don't think it matters that much. Like, I don't know why people are up and
Right,
arms
I was
that.
just about to say, like, I don't see.
I
the
really
big
just
deal.
don't
Either
care,
either
like-
side, either side. Just like,
I can see the other side of it though, right? Like this is the first time you have a baby face who's of of the Islamic
So let's not
State.
tell him what kind of where his background is.
Well, basically, they're like.
Let's cut off his explicitity.
We'll be like he's
As
like
much
Muhammad
as
Ali.
possible. Yeah.
Like Muhammad Ali,
It's like you're making it more palatable,
the great one.
and that's fucked up.
I
They
get
just
it.
homogenized him.
Well,
I got it.
rumors,
but I mean, it's-
rumors are that they got rid of Mustafa because it reminds
Yeah.
Vince McMahon of Mufasa, and he's never watched The Lion King before. Facts.
Wow.
Google it.
Google that shit.
You know who hasn't watched The Lion King?
The Heart Foundation?
Jim the Anvil Knight.
Wow. The new one, though. The new one. The live action.
The live action Jim.
Natty, we love you.
Oh man.
No, Natty's stiff as shit, yo. She's awful.
I was gonna say JoJo, but alright.
She's been used. I don't need her anymore.
So the Heart Foundation.
Congrats to the Heart Foundation.
Shout out to
Hall
the
of
Heart
Fame
Foundation.
We
Hall
really
of
do
Fame.
live up to the name on this tailgate.
Shout out to the most.
Absolutely.
No nice things. Damn, another plug.
I got a
Holla.
Yingling in my hand.
Buzzer.
So
to pull out.
Raw. Let's get Raw. So
Let's
let's
get
get
Raw.
Raw, right?
Bray Wyatt's gonna have a Dominican baby.
So Ronda Rousey, right? And they're gonna have this beat the clock challenge. Raise your hand if you know why they had to beat the clock challenge.
I had no
Bragging
idea.
Yeah,
rights.
I mean bragging rights for what, my guy?
Just going into the match, I have something to talk about.
Listen, it was something different. I
fuck?
accept it because it was different, but I like the fact that she got on the mic. She was like, I don't know what a beat the challenge is, what beat the clock challenge is, but whatever. Let's get it over with. This stupid gimmick. Like, I like that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I hated
did the
it.
beat my meat
I really
challenge
don't
on
like
that.
it. Yeah.
You mean
It's
because
like-
she's
My
so
meat.
smart
She's
and
so
on the
smart
inside?
now. Yeah, like this is her kayfabe.
She's a shooter.
Yeah, she shoots from
So
the
am
hip.
I.
I just,
So does Bray Wyatt.
oh, I just don't understand.
You know who
what
does
the
it?
point
Travis
was.
Brown.
Oh.
Nah, he just punches the shit out of women.
Oh,
Oh.
damn. There's no holds barred in this fucking match.
Sangre
Nah,
con
fuck that
sangre.
guy. You know?
Oh man, I'd rather talk about SmackDown right now. All right, so let's get
So
let's
would
get
I,
through
but,
this.
Let's move
you
it.
know,
Let's
we
move
got-
it.
Alright,
Let's move it.
So whatever. So
Finn
the
Balor and Lashley was next. The handicap match.
Bobby
So it was
Lashley.
I'll take
Jinder.
it.
It was Jinder and Lashley versus
Yeah.
Finn. Finn had to win to qualify for Mania. We all know where this was
blah
going,
blah
right?
blah. Finn wins.
Yeah, they went farming.
I like the
after
video
match.
game feel though. It took me back to No Mercy. You know when you throw the one dude out and then you do the special 3 times on the other guy in the ring, and then by the time you get the 3 count, the other guy's already just through the ropes.
Yeah.
That's what
exactly
that's what I
happened.
saw.
Aleister
Yo.
Black and Ricochet versus
wait,
the
wait,
Rebel-
wait.
Come
I
on.
want to talk about the backstage.
Come on! What the fuck else is there to say? That fucking match blew dick.
I'm not talking about the match. I'm
Fuck
talking about the segment afterwards.
Oh, what happened?
They had a Twitter
It
segment,
doesn't matter.
and pretty much Lashley was like, "I'm gonna beat the demon out of him."
Oh.
He's
So,
wearing the great pants.
It looks like we're getting.
Yeah, that's a good. We definitely
Yeah.
get. We definitely get the
We
demon.
definitely get
I'd be surprised if we didn't get.
For
We
Mania?
got. We
For
get that.
Mania?
Yeah, hell yeah, we get that.
I don't know.
But
I
it
feel
was-
like there's no build for
But
that.
it was
Like,
spoiled though.
He's getting. He's getting.
It was spoiled though because they had the
he was
card
in the,
up.
yeah, he was
with
in the
the
car.
demon in
He
it,
was in
yeah.
the car, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, so the Trello kind of fucked up, but then Alice Black came out.
He went black.
And
We're
then-
break-
This is your first day on the show, my
and then
guy?
he versed the
We're breaking the
revival.
fourth wall. What's up,
virgin
Colt
again,
Cabana?
Hey guys,
Hey, Cole.
you know what we do with the Raw Tag Team Champions? We had them job to everybody.
Yo, what is that? So Vince was pretty much like, fuck my headphones. Vince was pretty
You
much
said,
like,
fuck your headphones.
fuck my headphones.
He has no idea.
Vince was pretty much like,
fuck the revival.
Fuck the revival.
He was like, all right, you guys want to talk all this shit.
hasn't he
Here's
been
your
like that?
fucking, here's your titles, because he finally gave them the titles because they were like, oh, we're going to walk, right? We're going to walk. Gave him the titles, and then he was like, now you suck my dick. And he fucking had them lose every match since then.
But not for nothing. I think it's hilarious that they've lost every TV match, but they've won every their
The
every
ones
match.
that count.
Yeah, I don't
the
care
ones that
about
count.
fucking
The
main
pre-
event.
Well,
The
they're making,
pre-show?
they're making
They're
a lot of noise on
undefeated.
social media. The
They're un-
revival.
They're undefeated, retaining the titles, right?
Yeah.
Didn't the
That's
revival
the most
just
important part.
didn't the revival just finish taking a picture with that,
Right.
with that kid with the
It's
AEW
a
sweater?
chamaquito with the AEW. Yeah, he's gonna
And
be like.
and supposedly Scott, was it Scott Dawson or was it the other dude?
Dawson.
Told the kid,
They took a picture with Edge
We'll
today and they
see
said
you
we
in
love our
May.
job. I
no,
don't
how
believe
about the
anything
little
they
kids
say.
with the tag title belts?
I think they're trolls.
That he goes.
That's
Oh,
all it
I
is.
wouldn't wish that on.
I wouldn't wish the Raw tag team titles on them only for their sake.
Listen, they at the end of the day are farmers.
What?
They're planting seeds wherever they can. Just like Jinder Mahal, planting that seed on social media with Gronkowski.
And just like
All of that.
Bray Wyatt planting that seed in JoJo.
wow.
Whoa.
And what's the kid's name? Nash.
No, nice things. See,
No
no
nice
nice things. We
things.
can't have no
Not
nice
one.
things.
That one.
Were you guys talking about something? Because this match was fucking whack as shit.
That shit was bad.
I don't care about
Aleister
none of
Black
that.
and Ricochet win. Building more momentum.
Who wants to talk to me about NXT developmental? Anybody? Anybody? All right, let's move on.
Call ups.
Everybody.
Shout out to them calling it call downs though.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm waiting for
Yes.
that to
Is
happen.
it not? But
Waiting
anyway,
for that to
moving on.
Who called their call?
You know what else
yeah.
is a call down?
Your mom.
Tu tia,
Your
Wow.
tu abuela.
Tu bisabuela.
Roman Reigns comes out and he accepts the challenge to Drew McIntyre,
Snore.
and then he smacks the
fest.
shit out of him, talking about his wife and kids.
But
No,
then,
no, no,
but
no.
then Joe got involved.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of like got me excited for this match. Though
That's what she said.
it was a pretty dope promo,
they could
and
cut a
for
match,
Roman
man.
to show that aggressive side straight off the bat, like I like
Wow.
it because he wasn't
See.
doing that before.
It got
See,
Vince
this
hot
is-
and bothered.
See, this is why I know you
Ooh.
have bad taste in wrestling. That shit was boring.
Yo, that shit was
Bad taste
in
boring.
wrestling.
And
I've never heard
And
that.
I meant all disrespect. But
Se me paró.
it was unfortunately just reminded the reason why I was kind of happy that Roman Reigns was not around for a while.
Right? I just feel like, yo, it's just.
So
he's
what
only
you-
been around for like 6 minutes, and
so-
I'm already like, yo, it's
So,
too much.
so what
See,
you
I
guys
just- I
are
completely
wishing
disagree.
is that he has cancer again. Is that what I'm hearing?
Is that a bad thing though?
Whoa,
Is that-
whoa. Listen, I could be an asshole, but I'm not a scumbag. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right, right.
I'm just saying, like,
Is it bad, though? That's not
it was
bad.
over. There was an oversaturation of his lukewarm talent, and now.
But he's not. I don't know about
Now.
lukewarm talent.
What?
Hey,
Yo, the guy has 6 moves.
you enjoyed
So
that
did John
segment?
Cena.
So did
I
Ric
can
Flair.
have my
I mean,
opinion.
A lot of people
Right?
enjoyed that.
Nah,
segment.
Ric Flair had that thing where you Irish switch
I
him
felt
in the
the same
corner
way
and he
about
did
the
2
little
steps
flip
and then he
over.
fucking.
I felt the same way about
The-
Cena.
the
Like,
fake
he did
clothesline?
nothing.
Yes.
After the
Listen, he's a top guy. He's an acquired taste.
Nah, he's
I
a
get it.
bottom.
I mean, I'm just not a huge fan. and that segment,
that's what
Wow.
Cena said.
especially with Drew McIntyre, like it should have been something
shots
special.
fired.
Yeah, I felt the same way, man. Is the
Man,
best they can
That
do.
should be, if you build that, that should be the main event.
And you
Speaking
know-
of
That is
meh,
the story
you know
line
as-
of the
You know
story.
what else
Speaking of-
is?
Speaking of meh, Sasha Banks and
How the
Bailey.
fuck
Oh
were we just
my
gonna jump
God.
like that?
Versus
Yeah, what we
Natalia.
need jump like that. Backstage, McIntyre runs into Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose says, "Fight me later."
Oh, all right.
So we'll
bet.
talk about it later.
That's what
This
I'm
is
talking about.
He said, "Job to me later."
You know-
Yeah,
you
that's
know-
it.
you know
Yeah,
what
but that
that-
wasn't meh. That was pretty.
You know what those storylines
that
sound
match was
like?
dope.
6 hours of WrestleMania that I will never get back.
Oh, jeez. Well, you better get ready for 8. Sasha Banks, Bailey, Natalia, Beth
Nah,
Phoenix.
We gonna be this as one.
Shit, fucking no contest, but Beth Phoenix fucking empties the ring, right? And that's the big thing that she's coming back and they're
She looks
challenging for
ready.
the
She
title.
looks ready.
Yo,
to,
did y'all see the
to-
post
to
she
fight.
put up? She put up a post of her.
But am I supposed to
slamming
care about
Nia
this match
Jax.
at all?
Not at all. But she put up a post of slamming Nia Jax, and she put it right next to Hogan slamming Andre the Giant.
Oh, fuck off.
Come on.
They're like the
Look,
same weight? Is that
three-
what she's trying to say?
Oh
That's
my
fucking
God.
offensive.
Well, Nia
This
Jax with that
fucking
weight was
wild.
popping and locking at the Birdie. Y'all saw the modeling clip?
Yeah.
For real?
Nah, but
I
not for
She
nothing.
got bigger,
Not
yo.
for nothing. I
Oh,
hate.
damn, really?
I hate 3/4 of the tag teams in this match.
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's
Like
not good.
the
build-up.
Iconics are the only team. I care
Yeah,
to
that's
see.
it. If it's not the
Like-
Iconics, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Point.
So the best moment of bliss of all time.
Wow, you actually like the moment of bliss?
Yeah,
segment.
there was a Yankee suck chance on it.
Yo,
Yankees
Yo,
suck.
yo, yo, cut his mic.
He
yo, cut his
yeah,
suck.
yeah, for real. Let's
Woo,
get out of
we
here.
out
Let's
here,
get
though.
outta
We
Get
out
outta
here.
No, no,
Jose
no.
lo
Respect your
Yankees.
champions.
No, no,
Respect
no,
your
no.
champions.
Po- po-
Respect
tagi
your
hang-
champions.
Yo, your socks are bloody, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yo,
hey,
listen.
hey, we win how we win.
Yeah, steroids.
But y'all didn't
We
win
win.
then.
That's not a bloody
Hey,
sock.
hey,
That's
we
a
won
bloody
last year. We
tampon.
won last year.
How many you got?
That was last year, bro.
Mira, listen.
Ah, yeah, exactly.
Apollo Crews and Baron
How
Corbin.
cute.
Exactly.
How cute.
No, no.
Nah,
You
so
talking
this-
about
this
you
bliss,
talking about
though.
Baron Corbin? That's how confident.
Just real quick on the Bliss shit, and then
I'm
we'll go.
outnumbered here. I'm outnumbered.
The
here.
only thing that matters
Who the
about
fuck's the
this
jobber at?
about this Bliss shit is that fucking Colin Jost and Michael Che are gonna make a mockery of the fucking already mockery fucking Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
So you hosted a 13-minute talk show to promote a match that's not gonna be on the card.
Whatever. Moving on. Elias doing his thing in New York. It wasn't even raining on Monday.
I'm mad. I'm mad. I didn't go
I
late
know.
from work and I didn't bump into him on my way to Port Authority.
Yeah, well, I looked for him.
Like,
It
he
was
was right
pretty
there.
funny though. When they put that
They
coin
stole
in
the
the
money.
cup.
That would have happened.
Oh, when they stole his
They
his
stole
briefcase.
it.
you don't make it to New York if you don't get robbed
That's true.
For your new change.
That is true.
It works.
Anybody who's heading to WrestleMania, just
So
be prepared to lose a couple hundred.
Right.
My question is, will there be a musical celebrity that interferes?
Yeah,
That
The
was my-
Rock. The Rock is gonna do it. I think The
Okay,
Rock
The
is gonna
Rock.
surprise
I
everybody.
said a musical.
With a
I
guitar.
Yeah, well, I think The Rock will
I
come out
saw
with
see
a
the
rider.
Rock. I saw
Then
see
bring
the
out
Rock.
Kurt Angle with his ukulele, bro.
I saw see the Rock. My
That'd be funny.
selfishness.
If it was like the next match, he
Right.
comes out with his Zuki. That'd be really
That
funny.
would be
actually.
dope.
TNT
That
doing
would
the
be dope.
kazoos.
Because you get like all of Kurt Angle, right? Like you
Yeah.
get like all
The whole thing.
Yeah, that,
With
oh,
the little
I like
hat.
that, I
With the
like
little hat.
that.
Get that little hat going.
It's
But my selfishness wants
But his leg
Austin.
can't take it.
My selfishness wants Austin to interrupt him.
Now, why?
Mary had all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I want a stunner. I want another.
Can
I
I
want
get you with who's actually going to interrupt him that
Tell
we're
me.
all being depressed
Honky
about?
tonk, man.
Exactly.
Oh,
Hall
Yeah.
of
what?
Famer.
Damn, moving on. Damn, you fucked that up. You know who else is getting robbed here of a win?
Samoa Joe?
Apollo Crews.
Oh, we're not
no,
that far
Apollo
in?
Crews. No. Apollo Crews loses to Baron Corbin. Ouch.
No nice things.
The end.
Seth Rollins and
Nobody has said that in a while.
Seth Rollins and Heyman go
Yo,
at it
fuck
again.
Baron
I
Corbin.
thought Seth Rollins had a good moment here.
You liked it?
Yeah, I thought he that image of him standing over Heyman as Heyman like falls. Heyman played his character very well. I just thought everything was really well done.
It really shows you how much of a master at the craft that Paul Heyman is.
Absolutely.
Right.
I
He
just
even sold the mic when it hit him in the face.
yeah, he was like, oh, but I didn't feel like the moment was special, and maybe that was just me. It was a moment. I didn't feel like it was the moment, and at this point in time, like we should be having a bunch of like
You know
the
why,
moments,
right?
you know what
I
I'm saying?
think.
You don't think it's
You know
heating
why?
up? You don't think the build?
Hold on. Why?
Right.
Why?
The reason why is because with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, we're playing the same angle every fucking
Yes,
feud.
Well, no,
that's a
yeah.
good point.
You know
All
what
of it is
though?
stale. All of it.
You know what it
All
is
of
though?
it.
Like, cause Heenan had the same role, right? But it was rare that you had Heenan bump. Heyman, we see him bump every single time.
But I feel as though with Heyman and Brock in particular, it's the same angle. There's no other
can't hear you.
approach. Oh, D. There's no other approach.
That's how we can't just have nice things.
No nice things.
Really? It's a twist off. motherfucker.
It's a fucking. You're drinking a Yingling, you bottle of shit.
What is the Yingling?
It's a twist off.
It's the things
No, this
that
is a beer.
Anakin killed in episode
So
3.
it's the same
It's a beer. What the fuck?
approach.
What the fuck is he talking
We're
about?
like on episode 10 now. What the fuck?
JP, you were making a point.
I'm gonna take a 10-second timeout.
Yeah, because your point was pointless.
never taking a timeout. Listen,
Yo,
at the end of the day,
Give
it's
us
the
what we want.
Same angle, Batista.
Give me what I
It's the
want.
Same angle every time. You know, and it gets boring. It gets boring because what else can you give me? It is good,
I'll give you a lot.
but after a while, it's
Give us what we
shit.
want.
I'm not excited.
Give me what I want.
I want the hair.
I'll tell you what I want. Give me what you want.
To fucking be on fire.
After a set of
Of
Spice
excitement.
Girl lyrics, he finally got his point across. The thing.
This is why you can't have nice things, yo.
That
All right.
one. That one. Shout out to replays.
So we got we went through this already.
Yeah,
We
we're
can move
done,
the
yo.
fuck on?
Let's get the fuck out of
All
here.
right, so Triple H, tell me what I want, which I really, really want. So tell me what you want.
Yeah, so the last man
We did that
standing.
already, right?
Yeah, we just did.
When the fuck?
Asshole.
Did this Joe?
Pay your fucking attention, dog.
Oh, I'm sorry, because people get up to open up beer bottles.
Oh, all right, 10-second time.
I
You can't
was-
fucking follow a storyline.
I, took
I
a
gotta
10-second
hydrate.
timeout.
I
I think we all got a super kick big
gotta
today.
hydrate. I gotta hydrate.
Yeah, you
I
can
gotta
hydrate these
hydrate.
nuts with a
Hydrate.
So
twist
going
off.
on to Drew McIntyre
Hydrate.
and Dean Ambrose.
Who?
In the last man standing match.
So the next stop in the Dean Ambrose farewell tour.
Oh, word. We're just gonna skip over Triple H. Just tell me what I want, what I really, really want.
Yeah,
All
I
man.
mean,
Fuck the Spice
so-
Girls.
he jobbed to an envelope.
right. Yo,
Wow.
hey, he said it too. He's
Facts.
like, I'm gonna do the job to this envelope.
Shout out to U.S. Postal Service.
So
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since Trips hasn't really been in the ring as much, I love how he's fucking with like the internet fans
Yeah.
while doing these promos.
it's a twist off, bitch.
It's fucking hilarious.
I'm mad that he's the only clever one to do it though.
Well, bitch
It's
is a
funny,
twist off.
there should be more people
They
doing it.
should. CM Punk would definitely be playing on that.
But
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that takes
Like-
a certain kind of expertise, right?
Yeah.
And an ability to improvise, right?
No, absolutely.
So,
But maybe people take it from here.
nah.
All right,
Nah.
so
Nah.
last man, blah 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? Last man standing. Drew McIntyre and Dean
Yo.
Ambrose. Dean Ambrose takes the job. Fuck. That's what-
Low key on paper. It's kind of stacked, these matches of Last Man Standing,
Yeah.
Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. You not the one you expect.
A beat the
Listen,
clock
A beat
challenge.
the clock.
You want to know what I felt
No.
when I heard that it was
Nah,
a last man
actually-
standing
That
match?
sounds like a lie. That
Yeah,
sounds like a
yeah,
lie.
Nah, I'm not.
Sounds like a psych session.
Do you know?
Do
what
I want to hear
felt?
it? Psych! No, I don't. No, I do not.
I'm still waiting
What?
for him to say it.
Go ahead. What did you feel?
I'm really waiting for him to say it.
No nice things.
No nice things.
April 7th.
All right, what is that you're feeling? Tell us about your feelings.
I don't want to hear him.
Word.
I'm gonna take a 10-second.
Yo, what's
Oh.
going on? Still downloading. Overall though, that was bullshit.
It just felt like we're adding 12 more.
I thought you were
hours to
taking a
WrestleMania.
10-second fucking timeout.
How do you count in 20 Mississippis, bro?
That's right.
It just felt like we're adding more bullshit to WrestleMania. Only fall count anywhere, and at MetLife Stadium. Are we really gonna elongate this?
Yo, he
fucking
might pin him
card
next to
even
me,
more?
dog. Like, what you
Yeah,
doing
for
right
real.
now?
Like, yo, we all scattered.
He
throughout
might
the-
pin him right by my feet.
What I will say, what I did think,
Melo might fucking just smack him with his sign and shit.
what I will say,
Yo,
will
he's
say,
got the big fat head too.
Yo, shout out to Fathead.
If you
You know, we
wanna
out here.
wanna make this falls count anywhere match work at WrestleMania at MetLife, what you
You
gotta
fight in the
do is-
bathroom like Benoit and Sullivan.
No,
Ooh.
that's truer. Even in the parking
Is
lot,
that a
right?
word?
A la Roddy Piper and Goldust, right? But what I think should happen is they should go around the arena and they should start another match and queue in.
Oh, I fucks with that
You know what I
actually.
mean? Like a
That'd be pretty
multiple
dope.
arena
So-
type situation.
So then
MetLife
they go
is
in
really
cars
big.
and they go down like the turnpike and they
Yeah.
come back.
Yo,
Yeah.
son.
Great idea.
Shout
Yo,
out to
take a
No
pic.
Nice Things Tailgate still going on
At the
while
fucking-
this
He
fucking
should
match is
pin him
going
on
on.
our beer pong table.
Ping.
Whatever.
Yo,
Ping, ping,
D,
pong, pong.
yo,
ping.
fucking Roman Reigns, I will
Hit
take
him on
back
our finger,
everything I've ever said about you. If you bring Drew McIntyre and you pin him on this fucking table, if you pin him on this fucking table,
No,
you can have your pick. You want a fucking Bret Hart? You want some fucking, I don't know, what's Yingling? Fucking.
It's supposed to be a Bruno
All right, there you go. Bruno San Martino. You want some Crown Royal? You want some
or
fucking
Ron Simmons.
You want some William Regal? Yo,
We're
we
not making them
got you.
appetizing for this.
We got you. You want some of that Alistair Black Devil's
Yo,
cut? Like,
correct
what do
me
you
if
want,
I'm wrong.
dude?
You
old
need
school.
a burger. You
What's
need,
up?
you know.
The last,
got you.
the last man standing we had at Mania was Savage and Crush.
Wow.
10,
Was
Was
I
that?
believe so.
if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Last false count anyway.
Wow.
So let's not
that-
not take away the whole time up and leave him in the
Are
freaking.
you sure about that?
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the only
It
one
doesn't-
I can
it
remember
doesn't-
right
it
now.
doesn't sound right, but I'll let you.
False-
rock,
Let's
Brian.
check in with a
False count?
statistician.
I
False
feel
count?
like it is.
Hey, yo, they
Check
done
that for
broke
me.
when you
Somebody
need
check
her.
that on me.
Mm.
But if it is,
Hey, relax.
that's what I'm calling. Maybe one of those finishes. Time.
All
out,
right, let's
leave him
get
in the
to SmackDown.
Let's
right?
get back to the A show here.
SmackDown is the A show.
back. The A show.
All right.
The New
And
Day show.
I'm just
This is-
stalling so
this
that the
is
song can
why-
play. But
Fox picked up SmackDown
Yeah,
and
no.
not Raw.
SmackDown is the A show. So New Day shows up, right, and they're doing their thing, and they're like, "I'm about to quit," and Vince is like, "Suck my dick. You're not gonna quit. Like, shut the fuck
Like
up."
you're
So-
all talk, you're not
Yeah.
gonna quit. Like
So-
you're just like all these people in here.
And I thought that the match was really good. Like he was like, "All right, well, you guys talk all this shit about Kofi and like how you love him, so now defend your word because he couldn't defend his. So you've got your own gauntlet match tonight." And I loved it.
And
I thought
yeah,
that was
so
great.
do I, because it eliminates Kofi going at Bryan head to head again, and it lets two guys that have no business being in the match at Mania go at it for their boy. Like they have to win that opportunity for their friend.
Yeah. So I appreciate that, and that's gonna
Yeah.
happen later on in the show. But
Hey guys,
so Becky Lynch. Oh, I'm sorry.
do you think this turns into a heel turn for Xavier and Big E
Let's
post-Mania?
let's get there
Well,
when we get to the
there,
main event.
I got thoughts on
because
that.
there's shit to talk about there.
Facts, my
But
guy.
so Becky Lynch is getting interviewed, and then Charlotte's music cuts. Now, just word to like FYI, if you will, there was supposed to be like a fatal 4-way or a 5-way match to
Got
decide
cut.
the number one
Got
contender
nixed.
for the Oscar's title. I mean, and several women had things to say.
We'll
In fact-
get to that. Well, I guess
Yeah, no, you talk about it now.
we'll talk
Right?
about it. Yeah, go ahead.
because several women fucking had things to say about it, right? Carmella posted a bunch of times about it. Sonya Deville was like, "Yo, you better get out of my way." Mandy Rose was like, "I'm just sad." I forgot what she said, but I was sad that Mandy Rose was taken out of this match.
Don't
But-
forget about Nia. I mean, not Nia. Naomi.
Naomi was
She
like,
put Rose putting all the equality, the equity in the wrong blonde.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
eee. They're
I
taking
know.
shots at everybody.
Well,
now.
fuck it. Lana was like, I'm salty, but she wasn't. She had nothing to do with anything. She wasn't gonna be a part of this anyway. But it sucks to see the women not have more of a platform. But
Let's be honest.
You got the headline at main event, so calm. At WrestleMania, so calm the fuck down.
But not only that,
But let's look at it, right? They got the world championship, then they got their tag, and now they're gonna have a rumble, I'm sure, in between.
Yeah, they're gonna have a.
Well,
The
speaking
battle
of
royal.
They don't really have that many women left at that point.
God's word, right? Meltzer reported that
Jesus fucking Christ.
Uncle Dave.
Vince was in fear that nobody was gonna give a fuck. And
No,
that-
but
that
he's
is
gonna give a
absolutely
fuck.
he's
right.
absolutely
Who's gonna give a
right.
He's
fuck?
right, yeah.
Like,
You
I'm
got the
sorry.
main event.
I'm
Nobody's
sorry.
gonna give
I
a
love
fuck.
Carmella. I like Mandy Rose, but bro,
Okay.
I was not gonna watch that match. I'm sorry. Like, it wasn't happening. Like, I'm far more interested in the other women's matches that are happening.
So, all right. So, with that being said, right, Charlotte comes out to a match that we didn't.
To surprise
Yeah, yeah.
to even the commentators.
We didn't even know
Even the commentators.
to the commentators, right? But we didn't. We
Well, I mean,
certainly
I'm saying-
didn't know that Charlotte was
Yeah,
gonna
no, of
wrestle
course.
tonight, especially after the Beat the Clock challenge. Like, I didn't think she was gonna wrestle tonight. So she comes out, and then out comes Asuka, and now it's a fucking title match, and everybody's like, "What in the fuck?" Cool.
Yeah,
That I thought was dope.
it was a little
Yeah.
pop.
Like,
and
surprise
stuff.
me, make it sound like everybody's surprised, make it a part of the show. I thought that was excellent, right? And then they put on a very good match.
Yeah,
I
the
thought
match
the
was
match
really
was
good.
very, very fucking good. And then Charlotte wins, and I'll take it, right? So I'll take
Yeah.
it because Asuka hasn't been interesting because she hasn't been booked interestingly.
But there's also not a lot of. I don't want to say talent because that's the wrong
Yeah,
word.
that's
for
not
it.
the word, but
But-
there's not a lot of storylines.
Yeah,
Star
there's
power.
Really
Yeah.
not.
Star power. They
And-
haven't
and-
built any equity in
And
the
for
in the
someone like
SD Live.
Asuka, who's had that streak, that's why I don't like streaks, because it feels like anything after that is sort
Is
of
garbage.
Like, yeah.
But,
yeah.
but I feel like you could easily write a story for her.
No,
now.
you can, but she would have to win that story no matter what
Yeah, she
to
would.
people,
Correct.
Right.
and that's the wrong way to book anything, really.
All right. First of all, the wrong way to book this table is that all the alcohol always ends up over there.
That's your fault. You keep passing it over here, motherfucker.
Yo,
I think
for
that's the
real.
best
Like-
give me the white lightning.
Like, you know
Right here,
that
right
here.
we're
Yo,
not drinking that
yo,
shit, bruh.
I think I gotta sit on that side.
yeah, man. You gotta be able to fucking pass this shit back.
No, they don't pass it. That's
Bro,
what
if
I'm
it ain't a
Yeah,
hot,
that's what I'm saying.
listen, if it ain't a hot dog, don't pass it over here.
He likes
I heard
wieners.
you take one bite.
Shout out to the No Nice Things Tailgate where we
One-
have all the hot dogs. For
My
Pretty
hands
Chicken
are
and
full. I
Papa.
can't put the overlay.
We actually gonna have, we actually gonna steal hot dogs from you. We gonna have a hot dog stealing contest from Pretty Chubby Fox.
Yo, hot dog eating contest?
no stealing.
Who's up?
Whoever could eat the
You
most.
don't want that
hot-
smoke.
Oh,
Yo, don't do that.
Yo.
Don't do what I just did.
with special guest
I
Joey
would never do
Chestnut.
what you just did.
Woo!
Oh, somebody's
I
gonna
got-
get a nut
I
on
got-
their
I am a
chest.
past
Yo, I
champion.
did that already, but I got goose. You see this?
I'm a past
Oh,
champion,
Chivas.
sir.
Chivas.
Fucking alcoholic.
the
Oh, there's
crown.
the crown.
Oh, no,
this
I
is
can't.
Chivas. Oh, because it says Regal. That's why.
Oh, yo, who brought that? Old school.
Who do you think brought the moonshine?
Right.
Let's
That
fucking
shit
get
is
it.
ass
All right,
juice.
all right, let's move on.
You know, I bring it from the mountains of Georgia for you.
First of all, fuck
do.
you.
But
Second
I
of all,
want
fuck
the
you anyway.
rains down in Africa. I didn't ask for that.
I don't even remember what the hell happened on SmackDown after that. But I do know that there was a gauntlet match.
Yo, get off! You see,
Yo,
you
what
fucking
are
you
you
fucking up the whole fucking.
It all
No
went to shit.
nice thing.
Kayfabe is officially broken.
So
It
Jordan
all went
Grace,
to
The
shit.
whole
fuck up.
South region.
the
whole South
region.
Yo, shout out to the No Nice Things Tailgate, right? That's coming up. I forget when. It's happening though.
Not
It's
one
definitely
nice
happening.
thing.
Not one nice thing. So Jordan Grace was on Twitter, Leo, immediately after that match, and she was like, "Workers who feel taken for granted and unappreciated will not stick around when we have other choices." And all ego Ethan was like, "Yeah, that was mad vague." He was fucking throwing shade. But the fact of the matter is that they're absolutely right. AEW is coming around, and you could say it's a fucking t-shirt brand or not. I mean, I think it's a t-shirt brand until they prove me otherwise. But the fact of the matter is that wrestling is a hype-build industry. Everything is hype-based. WrestleMania is hype-based.
It's
That's why they
so
always
hype-based.
lie about the attendance, right? It's just a thing, right? Because it's all about the hype. It's about making Andre the Giant look like a giant.
Of
It's about
course. That's why
making
they give
people.
him lifts.
Everything is larger than life. So
He took a
That's
lip.
why you have Lawrence Taylor going against Bam Bam Bigelow.
That's
Exactly.
right.
So
And that's
With
why you
that
have
being
me going
said-
against your mother.
Wow.
no nice things
tailgate.
tailgate.
Promptly at
Iron
12
Man.
PM.
What?
I mean,
What
that's
the
that's what we do and how we
60
do it.
minutes?
All right, so Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles
In the match of the year.
for 2 seconds, and then
Exactly.
and then Randy Orton came out and fucking did his thing. But
I was disappointed.
I was disappointed, but I wanted it, right? So like,
I did
if
too,
John
but-
Cena doesn't happen, AJ Styles will.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I came away. They saved it. You know what I'm saying? They saved it just in case.
See, I just felt as though that he couldn't have AJ
But-
Styles lose to Kurt Angle. That's what.
that's fair.
Right?
That's-
Because
that's
they're
a
about
fair
to put
point.
him up against Randy. So,
Well,
right?
I-
You know,
I-
Randy Orton
felt-
is the legend killer.
I felt it was more of the
Randy Orton, Kurt.
the AJ
He's the indie killer, no?
Oh.
Isn't that what we said? The indie
Gar-
killer.
Oh,
Guardians
the
of the
killer.
Indies.
That's what I said.
But AJ's TNA, right? Like, and I feel like all of Kurt's matches, right, this week is like a callback to TNA.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what? No nice things.
April 7th.
Nah, but
promptly 12
not
p.m.
for nothing. Samoa Joe Kurt Angle was a dope match.
It
So.
was. It was.
It was a good match. Moving the fuck on though.
So, who remembers American Gladiators?
Me neither. But how about the Miz?
Right. Who remembers American
He
Gladiators?
was on that show.
No, but if you remember the show,
Get to the fucking point.
The
You remember-
original?
the
or
original.
Okay.
The extra crispy.
well, you know how they had that the obstacle where the guy had to get through all the different levels of.
All right,
of-
so where
of
you
Yeah,
going?
it's called the
gladiators?
Eliminator,
Me
the
neither.
final
Right.
one. Yes, yes.
Today,
Damn, you
Junior.
know the
That's
fucking-
exactly what I
Old
saw.
school, yes, old
Miz
school,
do
yes.
through that layer of security.
Did we see
then
Shelton Benjamin there?
superstars. Yes,
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin was in the
Heel.
mix.
Heel Shelton Benjamin.
I was like, what the fuck?
Shelton.
Yo, it was crazy.
Benjamin.
Primo?
Primo.
Primo was there, yeah, which was more
Yo,
of a surprise.
he
to
He
me.
took a bump.
Insanity,
He took a
insanity.
bump.
He took a break
Insanity.
from selling timeshares. That's awesome.
Blah blah blah. So the Miz comes out and
Insanity.
cuts
Puerto
a very
Rico,
good
the
promo. He
shiny
does a really
star.
good job. He's always been really good on the mic. We underestimate him as a face. He did a great job as a face.
He's
And
actually
then
making-
he goes through the 7 levels of fucking jobbers.
Of death.
The 7 levels of jobs,
Right.
But here's the
Barely
thing.
gets to the
which
first wave.
ends in sanity.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if Shane's going back to heel, I like sanity with him.
Not
But
if,
just sanity.
but not if the Miz is gonna beat them all
yeah,
up.
no,
That
I
shit
know,
is
no.
whack
That's OD.
sauce,
That's
bro.
OD. Like that.
But he's the best in the world.
Oh my
Not today, Junior.
God. That was so. It was.
You gotta
it was
work.
terrible
You
to
have
watch.
to at least have him job this week, and then maybe next week he runs through him.
So, we get to the gauntlet. All right, we get to this fucking New Day gauntlet.
Is everybody okay with the fact that New Day decides Kofi's thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
it a lot.
It's different.
I thought it was
Because-
different. It kept
because
Kofi out of the
he
ring.
had the chances to, main event, or
What are you
get
gonna
the-
do?
Get the match, and he failed every single time.
Listen,
So
in,
now-
in an injury-prone era, it saves Kofi from.
Yes.
Yeah, it saves-
yeah.
it
It
saves him
saves
from
them
the
a
That's a
bunch
bunch.
of
very.
headaches
That's a
too.
very.
true.
That's a
And
very
if Billy
good
Graham is
point.
correct, he is 145 pounds.
he is not 145 pounds.
Because at the end,
Although I'm really concerned about the distance between his pecs.
yeah, me too.
I'm really concerned.
I heard it was an
You
accident.
haven't been concerned for the last 11 years?
I've totally been concerned for the last
I've
11 years.
always been concerned.
I can count his heartbeat.
Listen,
But-
that man's taking his bumps. bro.
Cardiac arrest.
I'm so
So
excited.
who brought up the point? Who brought up the point? I think it was you that brought up the point about Big E turning.
Hold on.
Oh,
no,
wait,
yeah,
wait,
yeah,
before,
yeah.
before that. But
But
let's
yes.
let's not forget that Mustafa Ali was replaced with Kofi, and this is how this all started.
Mufasa Ali. Okay.
Mufasa.
Mustafa Ali, yes.
Okay.
And they're
No, no,
doing-
no.
Shout out
He's
to
just
Broadway.
Ali now.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they call him. Anyways, Prince Ali, all that
Wrong
shit,
movie.
whatever.
It's,
Shout out to Lion King on Broadway.
But-
no. Why would it be? No, it wouldn't be Mufasa Ali. It would just be Ali, which means that he's Aladdin.
Yes.
Ali Baba.
Ali.
Yeah.
For,
Esa mismo.
for any of our Middle
But
Middle
let's-
Eastern viewers, we apologize.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Please don't
paró.
say
You're
No.
clearly
Yes.
not saying anything interesting.
I
Shout
am
out
actually.
to our fans
but
in Mumbai.
Go
you
ahead.
guys got distracted by Disney.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Don't
got fans in
knock us.
Mumbai.
By
Listen, Jasmine, spit it out.
Fuck it.
That's what he said.
I'm done. I'm done.
So,
So you saying that Ali's turning heel?
the Good
No.
Brothers come out. The Good Brothers
That's
come
where you
out.
go with it.
They
I'm
do
sorry.
their thing. They lose. Fuck them. Then comes
Squash.
Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. They lose.
Fuck
Fuck them
'em.
too.
Shout
right?
out to Lala's new haircut.
When the bar
fuck-
comes out, they almost win, but they lost.
But
so
they
fuck 'em.
lost, so fuck them
Fuck
too.
'em. And
But
they got
then-
mad and beat them up.
Yeah. So then, like, we're just doing the same shit, right? Like, they put him through a table. They're fucking whatever. Big E gets all butthurt, and
So
then
they win.
right, and then
The Usos.
no, and then the Usos come out,
Usos,
right?
Usos.
And Big E had just gotten through a table,
Mm-hmm.
and Big E's all like, I'm so fucked up. I'm only
He looked like he was-
350 pounds.
He looked
I
like he was
can't
full
be-
of pancakes.
Yeah, I can't be getting thrown to a table. This is sensitive. And then the Usos came out and they're like, nah, cuz I ain't gonna beat you up, Oos. We respect you, dog.
We behind.
So we
Comfy
forfeit.
man.
So they forfeited, which was I thought a really, really
It was
dope
dope.
spot.
It was dope. It was
I
dope.
just didn't realize the Usos were face.
Well,
When the
here's
fuck
the
did
thing.
they turn
Right,
face?
they're not, right?
They're anti-heroes.
They're anti-hero.
All right,
Here's the
so
thing.
fuck it.
Yeah.
The Usos saw a big titted man. They thought their daddy.
What?
They thought their daddy, right?
Shout out to Rikishi.
Yo, let me get
Much
that
love,
moonshine,
much
yo.
love,
You can't have
brother.
no nice
You know
things,
what I
yo.
say?
Not
No
one
nice
though.
thing.
Not one nice thing.
And
They win though.
And it sets up for them to see who?
Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
So you get that again.
But they
but
win.
But they win. But the New Day wins
They threw
actually.
the table on them.
They do a table on them, absolutely.
Like kind of.
I mean, but you know, every time they flip that fucking table, you
Yeah.
can tell it looks light.
That table's like 15 pounds.
They can't
yo.
just add shit to it.
It's
Like,
like,
just put some styrofoam.
Biggie
or
tried.
something.
Biggie tried. He tried to stumble a little bit.
yeah,
No,
dog.
struggle.
That table was
Yeah,
the
it's-
pinga.
it's
But he
hard.
also does that when he's carrying the pan of pancakes, so I can't take him seriously. You know what I mean? So
Speaking of WrestleMania, Fight TV, yo, they're gonna be covering every single aspect of this WrestleMania weekend for you. Whether you into that Rev Pro, whether you into that Impact, you want to see ROH, you want to see WrestleCon, they got a super show going on. WWN got a super show going on. All this stuff, Hog,
MLW.
MLW. You want to be part of this action, man? They're
hey.
gonna bring you to you live.
What do they call it?
They're gonna call it Fight Fest.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Fight
that's dope.
Fest, and a $280 value for only $119.99.
Oh, cheap.
Hey, I mean,
The fuck?
you paying,
Less
you getting
than
your money's
half.
worth. So I'm down. If you're not gonna make it to any of these shows, you might as well hit up Fight app and download Fight on your Google Play or iTunes store right now. I
Joe.
think Joe,
Yo.
we're gonna take it to you now.
Yeah, you had some very promising stances just now. What did you want to do?
You sounded very interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So here's my thing,
So
guys.
we're going into Mount Rushmore.
We're going to Mount Rushmore, right? Mount Rushmore, an epic monument to the presidents, and we're gonna deal with the epic monument to wrestlers, right? Guys, this is our first year anniversary, right? And while our tailgate will be No Nice Things,
We
That's
have
right.
one
right there somewhere,
That's right.
right?
right there.
I think we need some nice things right now.
Is this gonna be the first nice thing on the show?
Probably the first and only, to be honest with you.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Until I get my hot dog.
wait. What's going on?
Listen, we've been through a lot of bottles in this
That's
52-week
true.
period, right?
Actually, we're kind of running low.
we are.
If you haven't
Yeah.
noticed,
We might have to stock up again. It might be really
I
bad.
mean,
Hey,
this
I'm
anniversary
really-
has
you
the
get-
perfect timing.
you got my fucking attention. What's going on? Like, let's fucking go.
Well, you know what? I think it's time to class it up if we're going to talk about Mount Rushmore and maybe a little Johnny Walker 18.
Ooh, Johnny
Clap
Walker.
it up. Clap it up.
Oh man, these cups,
Fuck.
dual purpose, baby. Let me. We
I-
got.
You know what? It's so special. I don't even want to drink it, guys.
Nah, that's
you know?
bullshit. That
You
being a
know?
bitch.
It's just I don't even
Stop
want to.
being a bitch.
Yeah, right. Like, just,
Mount Rushmore, right? Signifies the
Let's
best
open
of the
this
best. You
bad
cracked
boy
that. That's yours.
that's you, brother.
Mount Rushmore. What is it? What is it?
Rewind.
What is it? With it?
Hook and
Mount
stick up.
Rushmore signifies the best of the best, right? The top tier talent. And so what we've decided to do is that we're going to do our own Mount Rushmores.
Individualized.
Individual, right? And then we'll argue our points to create the HPC Mount Rushmore. Now, if you disagree, right, feel free to tweet us. Feel free to hit us up on Instagram. Feel free to fucking comment on our YouTube page, and I guarantee you, we won't read it. I don't give a fuck what you
We'll
think.
probably tell you
But
go
the
fuck
fact of
yourself.
the matter- yeah, probably.
And where can they
Probably.
find us? On
Uh,
Twitter and Instagram?
At HPC2.
Two.
Sweet. Fuck that shit. So let's get it.
We're gonna
All
get
right.
Wait.
Oh, that's
Wait.
gotta. Yes!
Wait.
Yes!
Wait.
Joe, you have the honors, baby.
Oh!
Get your finger out of
You
there.
savage!
That's
I
what Bray
bet.
Wyatt forgot to do.
Hey!
I bet. The
Bray Wyatt
five.
likes mango.
So we're doing the 5 best
So
wrestlers.
right now, everybody
Five or
should
four?
have an individualized 5-man list or woman. Because remember,
Fair
it's
enough.
2019. It's a women's revolution. You could probably use
This
a
is true.
woman.
Oh, that's true.
So China can.
And
be
then
on
we
my
will
list.
come together. There will be specific rules going forward for the final.
We're doing a top 5 or
Yeah, we're
4?
gonna do
Because
5.
Mount Rushmore is 4.
It's
Mount
5.
Rushmore is 4, but
It's
we
4.
It's
we're
5.
We're
We're gonna do
expanding?
5.
We're
because
expanding to
that
5?
fifth,
We're public school,
that,
so it's
that
fine.
fifth gotta be like the borderline honorable mention type.
Okay, fair
didn't get
enough.
in.
6 man of the year.
Right.
All right, bet. So we're gonna do our top 5.
So give us. So how we doing it? We're gonna go clockwise, I guess.
How
go ahead, start it, big man.
let's just argue it. All right, so I'm gonna throw one out there, right? Yeah, I know y'all looking at me.
I
like,
say you should. You hold 4. You hold
No,
5.
no,
you hold
no,
five.
no. We'll spitball it,
Okay.
right? So
Okay. All right.
one name I'm gonna throw out there, has to get incled. Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes. As whoever the fuck you want him to be. I think
We're
his
talking
whole
about
career.
Mount Rushmore of heels, no?
Well,
No.
is that how you feel? Because I think any iteration, you want to talk about him as a heel? Yes, he belongs as a heel. You want to talk about him as a face? He belongs as a face. What Dusty Rhodes has done for the industry is immeasurable. All right, and I mean that. I mean as a wrestler, because we can talk a lot about what he did with NXT and help in developmental.
Well, here's
Right?
my thing.
But that's not what we're talking about. As a wrestler, he was just so charismatic. His promos were fucking so dope. I'm throwing him out there. He's got to be on the Mount Rushmore.
As a face, I could see that, right?
Face, yes.
As a face, he did have a great run as a heel with Dick Murdoch, I believe. No, sorry. No, it was Dick Murdoch. Captain Redneck. But
That wouldn't fly right now.
as the original outlaw. But if we're really gonna go into heels, because we are heels, pops, and chair shots.
So is
are
that
we?
the parameter? The parameter's heels?
It's
Yes.
not the
Well,
parameter.
everybody-
No. Hey, listen. We gotta throw in all the flavors, right?
Right. Everybody got their own criteria, right? You all picked up on your own choices. You decided what criteria you wanted to pick for your
All right, so the fair point.
Correct.
I reconsider.
Okay.
All right? Because you know what? He's absolutely right. We should talk about heels.
Okay.
Because we're doing the fucking heel Mount Rushmore.
We are.
Let's talk about some fucking bad guys
Ric
here, guys.
Flair.
All right, but you already shot your shot. So I'm going to throw a name out there and stop this whole fucking conversation and say Ted DiBiase.
Fuck out of here. Ric Flair.
Wait, man.
Ric
Damn,
Flair.
hold on.
Easy.
We got to
Nah.
talk about Ted
Nah,
DiBiase first.
Nah.
What
Let's
you
talk
mean?
Teddy.
we gotta take this shot.
Oh, hold on. First,
Wait,
we
wait,
take
wait,
the
We
wait,
gotta
shot.
take this shot.
Yeah, yeah.
We all backwards right now. We all ass backwards right now. Let's
All
take
right,
this
fair
shot.
enough. Let's take
Guys,
the shot.
52.
52, baby.
All right, cheers.
All right.
Many more.
Hold that.
Yes, Ric Flair. And you will get there. This is everybody's throwing their shot in there. So, Ted DiBiase. I mean, it's what we saw him do. Be the ultimate heel. From making a kid bounce a basketball as much as he can, right? And then kicking it at the last minute before he wins his money. To hiring the Undertaker or getting a body double. You know what I mean? Like, getting King Kong Bundy. Like,
Shout out to
the
Brian.
amount of things. He had a valet. You know what I'm saying? A male valet. Which is a little racist.
A manservant.
A
Actually.
manservant, right?
He
It was
rubbed
a
his
little weird.
feet.
It was a little racist.
Yo,
He rubbed his
I
toes.
just say
He was
that
rubbing
was amazing.
elbows with Donald Trump at Trump Plaza during WrestleMania, what? 2 and 3,
He
2 and 3, I
bought.
think.
Yeah.
right?
He is the first individual to buy the WWE Championship.
And then by a
From
WWE
who?
And
WWE
then by
champion.
his son a
That's right.
contract in WWE.
Oh, pause.
Right.
Listen, Ted
His name has
DiBiase
to be mentioned. I'm not saying
has
he's
to be
number one.
mentioned. I hate
His
you.
name has to be
First,
mentioned.
first we throw the names in the pit, and
Of
then we
course.
organize them. And
At
I
the
think
end of the
Ted
day-
DiBiase is a very good name.
At the end of the day, when you talk about a heel,
We're, so
You're
wait,
talking about
we only
somebody
doing heels because I came unprepared then.
Then you a bitch, yo.
then
How
you
the
were
fuck?
doing extra
Well,
credit.
not unprepared. I did double work is actually what I
Alright.
did.
Well, at the end of the day, when you're talking about heels, you're talking about an individual that is able to evoke emotion out of the crowd. The crowd has to despise him.
Listen,
Good.
in my opinion, the heel does the most work.
Exactly. He's the leader of the match.
Determines the pace, right?
Correct.
Determines the pace, determines the promos, like it elevates the level of like the game, honestly. Like honestly, a white hot baby face, like a fresh meat blue-eyed baby face is really really white bread.
Mhm.
Is nothing without a dope heel to put some weight and emphasis on the match.
And that's why you're able to see Ted DiBiase versus so many of the top performers throughout his history.
Hogan was nothing without his heels. Let's put that.
Yeah,
right?
no, Hogan as a baby face, like red and yellow Hogan was
Right.
just
Eat your vitamins, say your prayers.
yeah, that shit was
So
fucking
you-
nothing burger. But
So you including Hogan in the heel, or you gonna include in?
Well,
No,
Or you got somebody else?
But
in mind?
before-
I personally
But
have somebody
Steven,
else.
Steven was very passionate about somebody, and I'm gonna fucking say he belongs on Mount Rushmore,
of course.
no matter what the fuck you
yeah,
say.
no matter what it is,
Yeah.
he's
So
on
go
it.
ahead,
Yeah,
yo.
Talk about it.
Ric Flair. What else can you really say about that guy?
Woo!
That's what you
Sorry.
interrupt my whole dialogue for?
Yeah,
Yo.
because he is the guy.
Yeah,
Like-
but you could have waited.
Nah,
Yo.
because I waited all night. So
Oh,
You
okay.
waited all night for this moment.
Talk to
Listen,
him, Steve.
Okay.
The
okay.
fact that Ric
I'm
Flair
listening. Go ahead.
is phenomenal in the ring as he is on the mic. Look at the shouting match he had with Jay Lethal for no fucking reason, and you watched all of it.
Great
Of course.
promo, great
He
promo.
knows how to fucking tickle your buttons. He knows how to put on a match. He knows how to tell a story in and out of the ring. He knows how to shout into a microphone. He can make it work. Whatever storyline you put in front of him, he can make that shit tick. He's done it for Charlotte. He did it for Evolution when he wasn't wrestling as much as he was.
Word.
He's done it in the past. He's doing it right now for Batista, if you really fucking think about it.
Facts.
Yep.
Ric Flair. If Ric Flair does not have a place on the HPC Mount Rushmore of heels, I want nothing to do with any of y'all motherfuckers.
Agreed.
And that's a great point. And that's mostly based on just promo and charismatic. This guy had feuds with Steamboat. He had feuds with Wyndham.
White,
Never
hot,
ending.
So,
babyface.
Bangers
So
with
can I
Sting,
throw in right now?
Vader.
Go.
Wait, before you
Talk
say
to
that,
him, old school.
just remember,
What's that?
These
One,
nuts.
at least Steve never finished his point.
Oh,
And
okay.
two, Ric
Fair.
Flair almost got stabbed in DR versus Jack
We
Veneno.
know. And
Yo,
Dominicano.
you bring that up
First of all-
every time.
Because he's
First
an
of all-
amazing heel. An amazing heel.
Arn
Talk to him,
Anderson
old
did
school.
get stabbed
But talk to him.
with a pair of
But give
scissors
him-
multiple
real-
times
This is
by
a real dude.
Sid Vicious.
Give him that
Right, so-
prestige. Give him that prestige, old school. Talk that Ric
but
Flair.
if we're really gonna talk about Nature Boys, if we're really gonna talk about heels, Ric Flair's an imitation,
Oh!
He said you imitate
Right?
some crap.
right?
She said you ain't got no nipple.
He's following a path. All right. If we're really gonna talk about heels,
Tell him, buddy. Go ahead.
we gotta talk about the OG Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers. Okay, the first heel that was charismatic, right? The first one to throw out every time he won against a babyface, and he held that title. He said, "To a better man,
I dig that. I fuck with that.
you could not give it to." Right?
Buddy Rogers.
Buddy Rogers, figure four, belonged to him. The strut that Ric Flair does was a imitation of Buddy Rogers. First champion to hold both the NWA World Heavyweight Championship and the WWF. That's right, Vince's
That's a lot of
father's
W's.
company
It's a lot of W's.
title.
That's the one that didn't get sued.
Does not compute. I don't know what WWF is.
Worldwide, baby.
No doubt. Well,
Not just
well,
World Wrestling.
Titus worldwide.
I unfortunately couldn't, stream those matches because they were in Morse code at the
They're,
time.
they're on YouTube.
Very well
They're
put.
on the network.
Very well said. Spoken
No.
by a man of wisdom. Old school
Absolutely.
Joe. Great job.
But he's the prototype for every other heel that has ever come after him.
And like
Yeah,
you said,
even
the way
Conor
to work
McGregor.
the crowd.
Absolutely.
Pretty
Ooh,
chubby.
interesting.
Who you got for me, bro? Who you got lined up as your favorite villain? Who goes on your Mount Rushmore?
So if you want to talk about villains, we got to talk about the biggest
Vic.
one of them all. And he is the CEO of WWE, Vince
Damn.
McMahon.
I had second thoughts, but
Vince
convince me. Go ahead.
McMahon.
Go ahead, convince me.
Okay.
We're talking about the guy that was behind the Montreal Screwjob. And that's how it all started.
But
know
that's
what
the
you're
defining
talking about.
moment, no?
I don't want.
That is.
You know,
That
just
is.
when I thought I got
But
past
guys,
it,
are we talking about wrestlers or are we talking about personalities?
Both.
heel, heel,
Oh.
heel,
I mean,
heel can
listen.
cover all. You can
Oh,
you
listen.
can convince
Then
me
you-
that Bobby the Brain Heenan belongs
I was
on
gonna
this list.
say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
He
But
belongs
no,
on this
look,
list.
But Vince McMahon was a performer as well.
100%.
That's right. That's fucking right.
So
100%.
a
All,
commentator,
all we gotta think
performer,
is Vince and Austin.
yeah.
Look
No,
at the
but
gold.
think about
Um,
think
that
about
he
how
gave
wouldn't
us.
I wouldn't
think
call
about-
Austin's run. I wouldn't say Austin's best work was as a heel.
no,
And I-
No, 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 no.
And
I'm
Vince-
talking about the
he doesn't
heels.
make
The
no
But
Yeah,
heels.
yeah,
before
right,
that,
right.
think
Fair,
about
fair point.
how Vince McMahon became a real life heel. Is with the Montreal Screwjob. That's when
Yeah.
everybody realized this
That's
is the owner.
that's
This who's making the decisions.
what
behind
is
the
it
scenes.
called? Imitation? Oh, fiction.
Art imitate-
Yeah, yeah.
We call it work shoot in the industry, by
that's
the
right.
way.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Oh, wait. By the way, for Buddy Rogers, first of all, he's a Jersey boy.
Oh,
Seeing how we're
Shout out
talking
to Jersey.
That's right, Camden.
Jersey's
oh,
here.
he's from Canada.
He's from
Definitely.
Camden.
Oh shit!
Oh, I
He
lock
know-
my
he
doors
knows
when I
what-
go
Right?
there.
Yeah, fuck yeah. All right. And
Shout
by
out
the
to
way,
Royal Money.
by the way,
Shout out
Uh,
to Royal Money.
he was
De lo
was-
mío.
Wait a
Carabao.
second.
Catch me
Wait a
riding
second.
dirty.
Where did Royal Money train?
Monster
Ooh,
Factory.
Monster Factory.
Only
Hey.
with the world's famous train, baby.
Hey, wait. Who started the Monster Factory?
I was waiting for you to say it.
Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, by the way.
There's levels to this shit.
And we out here, baby, making
All right,
those
well, let's level up.
all right, so
All right, because Buddy Rogers is cool and all.
Well,
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Before we level up,
I haven't
put
picked my
respect on
guy,
the
so
fact that Vince McMahon is still one of the top heels in this motherfucking company.
Oh,
Because the best
longevity
heel
matters.
moves we have been able to see in the last few months has been Vince McMahon, especially with Kofi Mania.
Possibly
All
also
right.
the most jacked
So-
of the heels.
So let me give you one guy that I think. So old school, you brought up a point to me personally.
Yes,
You were shooting for heels that were heels their entire career,
correct.
and I think this man.
Woo!
Yes!
It's gonna be a good
Yes,
show,
sir.
baby. That's whack. Why did it fall from
That's
so
dangerous.
short? Look
And-
at that shit.
Maybe this man. That's
No
okay.
nice
This
things.
is no.
No
kayfabe is dead.
nice
Kayfabe-
things.
not- not
He's
one.
dead.
That,
No nice
that is
things.
now a Kurt
You gotta
Angle.
throw it live. This shit.
No nice
It
things
went from
tailgate.
Bruno to
Hey.
Kurt.
April
Yo, look at that.
7th.
Yo,
We'll have
fuck you.
cans.
My head.
We
We
won't
out.
have that.
You gonna break the camera, man.
Nah,
Like,
I
we
missed the
gonna-
camera on purpose.
All right. Okay. Cool.
That was
We
intentional.
talented like
Alright,
that. We
fuck it.
talented.
You know, like the way
So-
when Nia, like, missed.
yeah. Yo, y'all really not taking any more of these shots, yo? Because that
I
shit was
took
delicious.
2 of them
That
fucking
shit was smooth.
18
18
anniversary.
years.
Alright,
shit.
So who are you gonna say, yo?
So if y'all let me finish. So
Speak
this
up.
man, maybe he might not have been.
No, you're not
heel-
gonna finish.
He may not have been heel his entire career, but I think he's been anti-hero, so it kind of counts.
Kind of doesn't.
Let's see what's up.
But Triple H has done
Oh,
some
Yes.
of the most heelish
No,
fucking work.
Triple
dog.
H is not anti-hero.
No.
Triple H has
think-
anti-hero. His DX.
I
Hero
feel
tendencies.
he's been heel his whole life.
His
His
DX
whole career, he's
career,
been heel.
From the Hunter Helmsley.
Yeah, yeah,
angle.
I don't
yes,
see
yes.
this man as a good person.
from the very beginning.
Snobby, right?
He was a heel. He had his anti-hero moment.
Maybe
with,
behind the scenes and NXT. is
Yeah,
a
right,
good
right.
part.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. With that,
but I'm
but
talking. I'm
his
talking,
best work has been as a
but I'm
heel.
talking-
Matter of fact,
I'm talking his
Behind the
I'm
scenes?
talking Cactus Jack. I'm talking his Foley, the cage, the Hell in a Cell cage, the Rock.
wait.
Those feuds.
Let's
man,
go shoot. Let's go shoot.
He ran over Austin.
Shoot these.
Let's go shoot, right? Behind the scenes, yeah, he's great now that he's the coach and he's the heir apparent, but there was a time where Triple H was known for carrying a shovel and burying cats, right?
Oh,
Yup.
Oh yeah.
That's also true.
fucking deep.
Isn't that very heel-like of him?
I think so. Heel and work, heel and shoot.
yeah.
That's my boy, and I respect him because
I
he
mean,
knows. He knew his path from the beginning.
Hey, but most
And-
notably, the guy who he buried recently, Sting.
Yeah. Ouch. I don't appreciate.
Hey,
it.
I appreciate. Hey, I appreciate you tried to bury Roman Reigns.
That is true. You're not even gonna talk about we're not even gonna include the Iron Sheik, right? Come Come on, man.
That's a great point, though. But that's all the time we have for you
What?
folks this
You're
week.
gonna finish this shit like this?
We didn't solidify the 5.
We didn't even get the
Nah,
5.
Wait a second. Wait a
That's
second.
on y'all, not me. I had my 5. I don't know about y'all.
Listen,
But that's
no,
all the time
no,
we
no,
have
no,
for
we
you
gotta-
folks this
Por
week.
fin. No, vete a
Fuck
dormir.
it.
Vete a dormir, chucha.
Oh wow.
We still don't care where you got your fix from.
Yo, we
Because
didn't-
guess what? We everywhere, baby.
Really?
We on all platforms. Check all your platforms for us. We everywhere, baby. And don't forget to check us out for the No Nice
You know
Things
what?
Tailgate, baby.
I
April
think
7th.
he just got put on the fucking top 5. That was fucking heelish as shit. That was
Pretty
fucked
Chubby
up.
Flacco, why don't you tell him what to do?
And for our Apple Podcast subscribers, don't forget to rate and review.
Do what?
They what?
Rate and review.
What?
Review and rate.
What
Give
is
us
that?
those 5 stars.
What's that
We'll
R word?
Give you those 5 chair shots.
Rate?
Rape?
Rate?
Whoa, what?
Jesus.
That's not what I said. I was just clarifying.
Rate?
Rate and review. Okay. All right.
Review and
And don't
rate.
5
Please,
star.
please check us out. April the 7th. No Nice Things Tailgate. We'll be for there from 1 p.m. to all the way to bell time. And then you can enjoy WrestleMania, that other show that's on April the 7th.
The biggest thing is sports entertainment. It's
10
gonna
counts,
be in the
things.
parking lot.
10 counts to 10. So see y'all.